Hey there everyone, welcome back. Now, in the previous video, we have seen that how we can create an API service to hit various routes for CRUD operation. So we have add to do, get to do's, delete to do, and update to do. Now in this video, we are going to see how we can install Akita. So go to the official documentation and run this command npm install at datorama/akita. So head over to the new terminal and type the command npm install at datorama/akita. So it will go ahead install all the required dependencies. Now basically we have to create three files. One is for store, second is for query, and third is for basically updating the store so that we can store some data into the store whenever we are creating a new to do, deleting a to do, or updating a to do. So just wait for this to complete, then we will move forward and create a folder structure. So this is taking some time. So it's finished and it has installed one dependency, version 5.0.0. So it has installed the latest version at the time of recording this video. Now go to the app directory and create a folder named as state. So we are going to keep all the files related to Akita in this folder, and also this is the recommended way of structuring our application in the Akita official documentation. So we are going to follow that only. So just create a new file, that is store.ts. Now let's explore a documentation a little bit. Go to the store. So store is nothing but a class which extends the store class, which is imported from uh, Akita module. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. But before creating that class, we have to create a state. State is nothing but a blueprint of how our data is going to look like. So just go ahead and create a state, export interface, to do state. So it will be having to do's, which will be of type to do. It will be an array of type to do. And the next thing we will be having is whether the to-dos are loaded or not. Now this variable will be required at the initial time whenever we are reloading or opening the app for the first time. So just create a variable called is to-dos is loaded simply, and this will be of type boolean. Now we are going to create a constant which will return us a initial state. Now the initial state is nothing but the state which is at the time when the app has successfully loaded. So what data will be there initially inside the state. So just create a constant get initial state. This will be a function simply which will return to do's which will be null, or let's just say an empty array, and is loaded will be false. So that's basically how our initial state is going to look like. So it's a function which will return the initial state. Now let's go ahead and create a store class, that is export class Todo Store extends store, and we need to import this store from Akita module. You can see that here in the feature documentation. So import store from and slash Akita. So it's gonna extend the store class, and this class is a generic type which takes as the state as a parameter. So it will be of type to do state. Now you can see that it has a constructor which is calling the superclass constructor with the initial state. So just go ahead and do that constructor, and it's going to call get initial state function. Now to make this class a store, we have to explicitly mark it as a store by using decorator. Now the decorator which we are going to use is at store config. First of all, we need to import it. Store config, and we need to pass a metadata of name. The name is required to distinguish between multiple stores. So name colon, just give it a name to do, and obviously it's a service, so just mark it as injectable, which is provided in root. So that's it for the store. Basically we have to follow these three steps. First, create a create an interface, how our store is going to look like. Then create an initial state, like it represents how our state is going to look, what values the variable are going to hold at the initial stage. And then a class which extends the store class from datorama module. And it's a generic type which takes a to do state as a generic parameter. Now to mark it as a store, simply decorate it with a decorator store config, which takes a metadata name to distinguish between multiple stores. So give it any name of your choice. I am giving it here a to do. So this is for the store. Now next part is to create a query. Now what is a query? Query is nothing but the way how we are going to fetch the data from the store. If you remember my very first video, I have shown you that diagram where we are interacting with query. The components which we'll be creating will directly be interacting with the query. Now in the next video, we are going to see how a query class looks like. So let's see you in the next video. Till then, bye.